Have you ever noticed how some people seem to age overnight during difficult periods of life? A stressful job, financial pressure, relationship conflict. Within months, their hair grays, wrinkles deepen, and their energy disappears. This isn't just perception. Modern science now confirms something remarkable. Chronic stress literally accelerates biological aging, and the mechanism behind it involves a hormone called cortisol and microscopic structures inside your DNA, known as telomeres. But here's the encouraging part. Research also shows that simple lifestyle practices like meditation, sleep optimization, exposure to nature, and controlled breathing can actually slow this aging process down. Today we'll explore how stress biologically ages your body, what cortisol does to your cells, and the most effective ways to reverse the damage.
The biology of stress.
When your brain perceives danger, it activates the stress response system. Your adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline. In short bursts, this system is incredibly useful. It sharpens focus, boosts energy, prepares the body for action. But the human body evolved to experience short-term stress, not the constant psychological pressure of modern life. Deadlines, financial worries, digital overload, social comparison. When stress becomes chronic, cortisol remains elevated for long periods. And that's when damage begins. High cortisol levels are associated with increased inflammation, impaired immune function, poor sleep quality, insulin resistance, accelerated cellular aging, but the most fascinating effect occurs deep inside our chromosomes.
Telomeres, the clock inside your cells.
At the ends of every chromosome are protective caps called telomeres. You can think of them like the plastic tips on shoelaces. They protect DNA during cell division. Each time a cell divides, telomeres become slightly shorter. Eventually, they become so short that the cell can no longer function properly. This process is one of the fundamental drivers of aging. What scientists discovered over the past 2 decades is extraordinary. Chronic psychological stress dramatically accelerates telomere shortening. One famous study from the University of California compared mothers caring for chronically ill children with mothers under normal stress levels. The high-stress group had significantly shorter telomeres, equivalent to roughly 10 years of additional biological aging. In other words, stress was literally speeding up the ticking of the cellular clock.
Cortisol and premature aging.
So how exactly does cortisol accelerate aging? There are several pathways. First, chronic cortisol increases oxidative stress, which damages DNA and shortens telomeres faster. Second, cortisol disrupts sleep cycles, and poor sleep reduces the body's ability to repair cellular damage. Third, elevated cortisol increases systemic inflammation, which is strongly linked to aging and age-related diseases. The visible results can include faster wrinkle formation, reduced skin elasticity, muscle loss, increased abdominal fat, brain aging, and memory decline. But cortisol's impact isn't inevitable. The body also possesses powerful mechanisms to counteract stress biology. And this is where lifestyle practices become incredibly powerful.
Meditation, protecting the brain and telomeres.
Meditation is no longer considered a purely spiritual practice. It's now one of the most researched stress reduction tools in neuroscience. Regular meditation has been shown to reduce cortisol levels, increase activity in brain regions associated with emotional regulation, improve parasympathetic nervous system activity. But perhaps most interestingly, several studies suggest meditation may increase telomerase activity. Telomerase is the enzyme responsible for repairing and extending telomeres. In simple terms, meditation may help protect the biological clock inside your cells. Even 10 minutes per day of mindfulness meditation can significantly reduce stress reactivity.
Sleep, the body's nightly repair system.
Sleep is one of the most powerful anti-aging tools available. During deep sleep, the body activates multiple repair mechanisms: cellular repair, hormone regulation, memory consolidation, immune system restoration. Chronic sleep deprivation keeps cortisol elevated and accelerates aging processes. Research consistently shows that people sleeping less than 6 hours per night have higher inflammation markers and shorter telomeres. For optimal recovery, most adults need 7 to 8 hours of high-quality sleep. Some simple strategies include maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, limiting screen exposure before bed, keeping the bedroom cool and dark, avoiding caffeine late in the day. Good sleep isn't a luxury, it's biological maintenance.
Nature exposure, the stress antidote.
One of the simplest anti-stress interventions requires no equipment, supplements, or technology, just spending time in nature. Studies show that time in green environments lowers cortisol levels, blood pressure, heart rate. Japanese researchers call this practice forest bathing, or Shinrin-yoku. Even 20 minutes in a natural environment can measurably reduce stress hormones. Nature exposure also improves mood, attention, and creativity. Our brains evolved in natural landscapes. When we reconnect with those environments, the nervous system naturally recalibrates.
Breathing, the fastest way to reduce stress.
Your breath is the only part of the nervous system you can consciously control. Slow, controlled breathing directly activates the parasympathetic nervous system, often called the rest and repair mode. One of the simplest techniques is box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, repeat for several minutes. Within minutes, heart rate slows, cortisol levels begin to fall, and the brain exits the stress response. Elite athletes, military personnel, and surgeons use breathing techniques precisely because they rapidly regulate stress physiology.
Conclusion.
Stress is unavoidable, but chronic stress is optional. If left unmanaged, elevated cortisol can accelerate aging, damage DNA, and shorten the lifespan of your cells. But the body also possesses powerful tools to counteract that process. Meditation, quality sleep, time in nature, and controlled breathing. These aren't just wellness trends. They are biological interventions that directly influence the aging process. The key insight is simple. Longevity isn't only about what you eat or how you exercise. It's also about how well you regulate stress. Because when stress becomes chronic, aging speeds up. But when the nervous system finds balance, the body has a remarkable ability to repair, restore, and stay vital for decades. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to Vital Beyond Years for more science-based insights on longevity, health, and living better for longer. Because aging may be inevitable, but how fast you age is more controllable than most people think.